Okay, the Rat Catcher. Final one of these Wes films I'm watching. Is it Richard Ayoade being the narrator this time? Oh, someone's been missing.
His corduroy trousers were tied around the knees with lengths of white string.
Hello? Yes?
Rodent operative.
His small dark eyes moved swiftly.
He looks kind of ratty himself in a way, doesn't he? A rat man.
And two long sulphur yellow teeth protruding from the upper jaw over the lower lip.
Yeah, even his teeth.
The eyes were almost black, but when they looked at you, there was a flash of yellow inside them.
You didn't like the posture.
He held his face up high, sniffing the air with a nose that twitched perceptibly from side to side.
Is he at one with the rats or something? The leader of the rats is the Rat King.
Oh, it's not a sewer job.
A tricky thing, sewer jobs.
Really? I shouldn't think so.
Oh, you shouldn't, should you? Well, I'd like to see you do a sewer job.
Yeah, what does he know?
He works on the understanding a rat is a gnawing animal. See, anything you give them, they gnaws on it.
Oh, give him something to eat.
His voice had the soft, throaty sound of a croaking frog, and he seemed to speak all his words with an immense...
Look at this background too. Is that painted
Down the sewer and you take along some...
behind that wall?
Starts gnawing away at the bag and the bag breaks and the old rat gets a mouthful of powder.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Suffocate it, drown it, yeah.
that kills it.
Stone dead.
Plaster of Paris.
What swells when you wet it, gets into the rat's tubes and swells right up.
Yeah.
He reached into his knapsack and withdrew a large tin, weighing it up and down in his hands as he spoke.
Poison, special poison.
Oh, it doesn't even have it, yeah.
Rats is suspicious, terrible suspicious. So today they get some nice, clean, tasty oats that'll do them no
Oh, train them on the... Get them used to the real oats.
Rats in the district coming along soon enough.
Then you distribute the poison.
This job, you've got to be clever on a rat, and that is saying something.
You've almost got to be a rat yourself, I said. It slipped out an error before I had time to stop myself. But the effect it had upon him was surprising.
That's it.
He cried.
Now you got it. Now you really said something.
Oh, he actually liked that. He very is much like a rat, isn't he?
The next day he returned and repeated the procedure. The day after that he came again, and once again the day after that.
Changing his tie to be show a different day. Time's passed.
Bending over to inspect one of his little piles of poison.
Something wrong here.
He muttered.
Hasn't worked.
These are very clever rats here, I said. The rat man was very annoyed and showed it on his face and around the nose, and by the way, the two yellow teeth were pressing into the skin of his lower lip.
There's nothing wrong with these rats except somebody's feeding them. They got something juicy to eat. So
Oh, okay, yeah. Someone else is feeding them something somewhere.
All three of us walked back across the road. The rat man stood by the petrol pump.
He looks defeated. Look at him, yeah.
And brought out a large live rat clasped tight between his fingers.
Good God.
Oh.
That's it, you see.
I like how they never actually give him anything. He doesn't have an actual rat there. No animal was harmed in the making of this film.
And he lifted the rat and slipped it down inside next to his skin.
Oh.
Prevented the rat from going lower than his weight.
Get the ferret to hunt it down inside.
It appeared the rat was running around the man's body, chased by the ferret. 6 or 7 times they went around.
I was kind of thinking we'd see something under the shirt, yeah.
With the other, he took out the dead rat. There were traces of blood around the white muzzle of the ferret.
Set the ferret free then to hunt them down.
You want to see something far more amazing than that. Something you'd never believe unless you've seen it with your own eyes.
I glanced at Claude, more than slightly apprehensive.
Yeah, after him showing that off.
Then he reached into his knapsack and produced, if you please, a second live rat.
Holy Christ.
Always got 1 or 2 rats about me somewhere.
Okay, he's got an actual one this time.
See him?
Most unpleasant.
What are you going to do? I asked. I had a feeling I was going to like this demonstration even less than the last one.
Yeah.
We walked over to the petrol pump and the rat man put the sewer rat on top. He attached the string to a post, so the rat was now tethered.
Okay, can't escape. Very skinny rat, this one, actually, isn't it?
Looking away from the rat man, but watching him...
Oh, they've animated it.
The rat
Cool.
back a few paces, and immediately the
Throw in the stop motion.
seemed quite unconcerned about the other men standing nearby.
How about a little bet?
The rat man said, "No, thank you."
But it's talking through the rat, yeah.
I looked at the rat that was going to be killed and began to feel slightly sick. Not so much because it was going to be killed, but because it was going to be killed in a special way.
Yeah, not knowing.
The rat man stepped forward. He put his hands in his pockets and inclined his body from the waist towards the rat,
He's not going to bite it, is he?
dragging its body backwards with slow, crouching steps until the string tautened on its hind leg. The rat man leaned further towards the rat. following it.
Oh, he's imitating the rat now.
Suddenly, the rat panicked and leapt sideways into the air.
Put the teeth in, yeah.
Something extremely unpleasant was about to happen. I was sure of that. Something sinister and cruel. But I had to see it now.
Morbid curiosity.
Suddenly, he struck as a snake strikes, darting his head forward with one swift knife-like stroke.
Does bite it.
And the whole face contorted by the effort of mouth opening. More than that, I did not care to see. I closed my eyes.
Yeah, looked away. I would have too.
No, there's nothing wrong with a drop of rat's blood.
You are absolutely disgusting.
That's it, you
Yeah.
Many a time. Penny sticks and licorice bootlaces all made from rat's blood.
I don't think so.
Word, thank you.
Boiled up it is in great cauldrons, bubbling and steaming, and men stirring it with long poles.
What about the other rats, though? He hasn't actually done anything.
The rats never ate the poisoned oats. There must be something nutritious in the hayrick.
Oh, the missing guy. Nah. I thought, yeah, I was wondering how that would turn back up. Amersham. I have a friend from Amersham. Okay, so that was the rat catcher. Really like that one. I think the standout here is Ralph Fiennes' performance. Just him as the rat catcher. Just physically, he's so ratty, isn't he? You got to be a rat to understand the rat. Just as he said, and then like the end there, it's got me thinking. You know, there's the missing person poster, and then they're saying there's something nutritious in there. So I'm suspecting that it's a body in there, but I'm actually thinking like, oh, have they hired the rat catcher to stop the rats being around the hayrick so it will draw less attention to the hayrick because they had murdered someone and put him in the hayrick? And you know, but the thing is, we've seen their disgust with the rat catcher killing. Is that because it's a reflection of their own deed? Am I thinking too much into that? Maybe that is, you know, it's already taken a dark turn with the implication that it's the dead body in there, but maybe it's an even darker turn with them being murderers, in fact. And maybe there's something with the kind of there not being any sickness here, that kind of line, where they getting rid of the sick or doing something else. I don't know, but it feels like there might be something a bit more there. But yeah, Ray Fiennes here, just so great. Him in any Wes thing is going to be amazing, but his embodiment, the body language, just the way he looks, as I said at the start, very rat-like, and that's part of the plot, but really intimidating as well. The bit where he becomes like even more rat-like, when it goes almost, not, I wouldn't say horror-y, but you have the black backgrounds, and you have, I'm forgetting the character's name, where he then embodied the rat that the rat catcher was going to kill and, you know, basically eat. That was really cool because you have like the teeth being even more pronounced there. I really liked that moment where he was looking super rat-like, and I thought this might have been, you know, something with a bit of disgust of looking at an outsider, but the rat man himself was actually, it wasn't just like he was an outsider and they'd misjudged him. He was weird and he was a bit disgusting with, you know, eating a rat, or not exactly eating it, but biting it to kill it just to win a bet, maybe a little money obsessed. When you're so like obsessed with killing in the way he is, he's an expert in killing, it is unnerving, isn't it? Even if it wasn't for the bets and the stuff, just, you know, having an occupation that involves mainly taking life, I think it would be unnerving when you're so enthusiastic about it like that. I was kind of thinking, oh, would there be something more where he is some sort of rat king or rat person and he doesn't actually kill the rats but takes them with him. But obviously that isn't where the story went. That's where I went to straight away, seeing his design, but it went a completely different route than that. And I liked, you know, we threw in a little bit of stop motion. Where's with the stop motion? We had a bit in the Swan as well, but the animated rat there was really cool, and the way it was talking as well to be the rat catcher, that narration style, that was really cool. This one felt the least narrated, or the most where we were seeing exactly what was being narrated. There still was the narration here, but it felt the most performed in a way rather than narrated. I'm not exactly sure how I would rank these, but I think this would be my favourite of the 3 shorter ones. The Henry Sugar one was really good as well. But yeah, I think of the 3 17-minute ones, this is probably my favourite. But they're all pretty good. They're all quite good. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the playlists for the other shorts if you haven't seen them. And I've got reactions to every other Wes Anderson film too. And yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later.